miscalculate or miss information about your punya non-functional requirement, most probably you have to study again. So that's why it require you costly. That's the mean that rework, costly rework. Okay, so user requirement will describe the business need for what the user required from the systems. URS are written early in the validation process, typically before the system is created. They are written by the system owner and end users with input from the quality assurance. Requirements online in the URS are usually tested in a performance qualification or user acceptance testings. Okay, URS are not intended to be a technical document. Reader with only general knowledge of the system should be able to understand the requirement online in the URS. The URS is generally a planning document created when the business is planning on acquiring a system and is trying to determine specific needs. When a system has already been created or required or less complex system, the user requirement specification can be combined with the functional requirement document. Okay, so what it tells here, okay, this user requirement is not the complex technical document because we want the normal user to able to understand the flow. What are you written? Because this is the part that you do your data flow diagrams. The data flow diagrams is important because it's the flow how the system will works. So this is the part that you get from the user. User will tell you, okay, how the system will start and how the system will end. Along the way, from start to end, they have a lot of process, if else. Okay, so you will translate all the information into the data flow diagram and you show to the users. The user will verify is it true or not. If they agreed, then the URS or URS specification document, they will be signed and you sign. So they agreed. Okay, you have because this is the part that you will follow the requirement of the process of the system. I always mention about this to the students. Okay, this is the part that user and the developer will agree how the system should be done. The flow. First of all, the flow lah. So this is the part. Why is not too many technical document because we want the user able to read and understand the document. If you do too technical, then the user will not understand. That's why if you put the data flow diagram, it should be no problem because you will explain to them. And then with the data flow diagram, with some simple explanation, so the user will understand. So don't make the URS more technical documents. Because if you write more technical, they will less interest in what you written in the document, and they will feel confused about it. Uh, okay, so later on, this URS when you do the UAT, they also will refer this URS document because you have to remember during the UAT, one of the UAT part is you must test the process. Is it the process follow the UAT or not? Follow the URS or not? So this is one of the document that you will refer. Okay, so normally what you have to put is that your analysis of survey for examples inside this part and analysis from your focus group discussion in terms of your interview ke, or your questionnaire ke, you have to put all the analysis here. So this is really to meet your user requirement. Okay, and then we go to system requirement. This is the part when you identify the system requirement specification. Okay, requirement specification or SRS is also known as a software requirement specification. Is a document or set of documentation that describe the features and behavior of software application. So, there are two main part. One is functionals and another one is non-functional lah requirement. Okay, functional is define what a product must do and what its features and the functions are. Okay, the functional requirement for a system is describe the functionality of the service that the system should provide, how the system should react to a particular input, and how the system could behave in particular situation. Okay, functional requirement are those which are related to the technical functionality of the system. Okay, this is examples. Okay, this is example of functional requirement for a website or mobile application should define users flow and various interaction scenarios. Okay, for example, so the system sends us confirmation emails. When a user account is created, the system send an approval request after the user enter personal information. A search features allow user to search content item by entering the query in the search bar, and the user can review item in the cart, change their number or remove them before checkout. Okay, this is example of scenarios for functional requirement. Okay, and then this is the types of functional requirement. In terms of you look at this, they classify the types into authentications, authorization labels, data processing, UI UX experience, reporting, system integrations, transaction handling, error handling, and backup recovery. So this is what we call functional requirement. What system should do, and then what happened after that. So before this, example, the scenarios. Okay, this is the type. So what you have to do, you have to tell the readers the scenarios. What are the scenarios should be in your system, and the types that involve in your systems. Okay, you can choose these examples lah, and other scenario. These are the last scenarios, examples. Okay, non-functional requirements describe the general properties of the system. They also has the quality attributes. Non-functional requirement is a requirement that constrain the design of the system but did not describe the service provided. Non-functional requirement is a requirement that specifies criteria that can be used to judge the operation systems in particular condition rather than specific behavior. Okay, this is some of examples. The website pages should load in 3 seconds with the total number of simultaneous users less than 5,000. Okay. And then the system should be able to handle 20 million users without performance deteriorations. The payment processing gateway must be PCI DSS compliance. And the program running on Windows 10 must be able to run on Windows 11 without any change in its behavior and performance. Okay, if you look at this non-functional requirement, it's not the same like functional requirement. This is the attributes, how the system, uh, the process behind your punya functional requirement. Okay, this is the types. Okay, the most typical non-functional requirement in terms of usabilities. We have usabilities, we have securities, we have reliabilities, we have performance, availability, and scalability. Okay, so this first you have to both functional and non-functional requirement in system requirement. You have to tell the scenarios in the systems, and then you have to tell the readers the types of functional and non-functional requirement that you classified for your system through uh, the data that you collected. So your questionnaires must be related mostly on your user requirement and system requirement, which is you have to put user requirement and then non-functional and functional requirement in the system. You have to ask them. Uh, so from that, you will justify in your systems, in your report, for example. Okay, and then after you get all these system requirement and non-functional requirement, then we decide what are the software requirement and hardware requirement that you will use to develop in your systems. So you have to justify. For example, you want to use the Draw IO. Okay, why you want to use the Draw IO? What about the database? What type of database you want to use? The language, the platforms. So this is part of your punya hardware requirement. You have to justify. Part of software and hardware requirement, and you have to justify. No, it's not you tell. I want to use a Laravel platform. Okay, but why you want to use Laravel platform? You have to tell the readers. Okay, so this is the last part. the summary, system analysis is an important step to decide whether the system is developed in the correct path or otherwise. With a good analysis on the system and analysis on the survey report, the functional requirement and non-functional requirement could be identified. The functional requirement lists out the types of function or features that should be included in the systems. System requirements are listed to ensure the development system could be executed in the best performance. So now, first in this analysis part, before you go to this part, you must know how to construct your questionnaires. Okay, but your questionnaire must be based on these topics in order for you to get the result. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to finish until chapter 4 before your mid-semester break. So it's easy for you to draft your questionnaires. So questionnaires, you ask first, maybe you ask about the demography of the users, and then, sorry, and then the user requirements, you ask them. Also, second part is about your system requirement. So this is the questionnaires that the content that should have inside your questionnaires. From this, then you start what you call draft your DFD, data flow diagrams, and then your database diagrams, and then your sequence diagrams. So system architectures from all this result analysis. You get all the result, then you can start writing your chapter 5, which is your part of URS document and SRS document actually. But if you're in the real working environment, there are two documents that you have to sign. One is URS, another one is your SRS. Both documents must be signed by the users, must be agreed by users and by you. Both parties have to sign. It must be clear because this document will be used for the programmers or developers to develop the system. And this document also will be used during your UAT testing to follow. Is it the flow? Is it follow accordingly what you agreed with the users? Sometimes user kadang-kadang they don't remember. Is it this flow? Is it the features like this? So the document we support the development that you uh, done for the projects. Then you show to them, okay, this is what we agreed. Uh, okay, if they want to change of anything, this is the part that you have the document that you show to them. This is what we agreed. I will not simply do the changes, but if is they insist, then you have to maybe you have to discuss with your project managers, and then the project manager also will look at the time frames and the cost actually. Because before all this part, you have some of agreement with them. The cost of the system, for example, you agreed. Okay, this is the system must be have this flow like this. The flow and then the features. If they want to add any features, might be the cost will be gonna be higher from before. So this is the part that the document that we support you when you have any argument with the users. Uh, okay, that's why you must have these two documents must be signed. Okay, later on when you already done the develops another document you have to sign with them, which is UAT and FAT, which is user acceptance testing and final acceptance testings. This document also the users have to sign before you release the system to them. Because this is why you must have this document as a reference, as a proof. You cannot simply say, okay, we already done without any document to support your justifications. People will not believe you if you don't have any document. Okay, so you must remember actually in the developments, before the developments, there are two documents, URS and SRS, which is user requirement specification forms. and then system requirement specification form, the two document that user have to sign, and then after that, you dah develop, you do the UAT, then there are another two document, if I'm not mistaken, UAT and FAT. UAT, as I told you, user acceptance testings, and then FAT is final acceptance testings. So these two document again at the end, the user have to sign. They agreed because that is part when all the errors uh, will be solved. Any bugs, any errors, any problems regarding the systems will be solved before they go live in the server for your for the system that you developed. So you must know, this is not simply like okay, kita dah siap, we are done. Okay, no, we can go live, but we need the document. Uh, then might be when you works, you have your own teams. Okay, who are the people that will conduct the UAT? Okay, they who will responsible to write the UAT test script. Because if you let the programmer do the test scripts, nanti programmer cakap semua dia kena buat. Same goes with your user requirement. But in your FYP, because you do it alone, so you have to do all by yourself lah. But in the working environment, it's different. There are teams will help you. There are team members will help you. Maybe inside the team, right, 5 or 6 people involved. Macam saya dalam team saya mungkin ada dalam team saya ada dalam 3-4 orang je. So I have one programmers, another sorry 3. I have one programmers, I have one system analyst. So I'm the one that uh, will collect the user requirement. I'm the one that will do the UAT test script. So another one is programmers, they will develop, and system analyst will apa? Dia akan pantau lah programmers. So you look at the job how how we distribute the task. If you let all the programmer do collect requirement, programmer kena buat, and then UAT dia kena buat, dia pening lah macam tu. It's not do like that. But during the UAT, the programmer must be there because they knows okay in this area, okay they will notify if they can do the correction straight away, they will do the correction straight away. But anything must be signed. Even though the problems solved on that day, it also must be notified in the UAT test script. Same goes with the URS and SRS. But URS and SRS normally we did not involve the programmers. Maybe we'll involve the programmers to let the programmers understand the flow. Okay. Hello, guys. Any questions?
No, sir.
Ha? Ada
Boleh, boleh,
ada
sir.
soalan?
Fast of sir.
Ha?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, alright. Do you get your supervisors? Do you contact your supervisors?
Yes.
Dah
Yes,
contact belum?
Ada,
Done.
sir.
Ada tak? Okay. I understand some of you guys didn't get the supervisor that you wish for because some of the supervisor allocation only sometimes 3 to 4, ada yang 6 tu dia request kat saya, dia nak juga, so I give to her. Macam Madam Marina dengan Madam Dr. Razia kot, saya rasa paling banyak. But the rest yang lain semua dalam 2, 3 macam tu je. That's why ada yang minta Cik Muhammad contohnya sampai 5. So Cik Muhammad decide dia nak pilih 3 je. So the rest I have to give to the others. I think I already informed so many times during the class since my first week, right? And then there's still some student message me that I didn't get the supervisor that I want. And then some of you guys still did not understand the flow. When you submitted, I asked you guys to update in the Google Sheet, sorry. You tak update in your Google Sheet. I asked you guys to upload the proposal in the folder. You are not upload your proposal in the folder. So whatever that I still can find the proposal is still there, I will say you are submitting. But if I cannot find the proposals there and some of the folder also you guys create the folder, the proposal is not there, you submit to the you submit in the e-learning, you submit directly to the lecturers, I'm not counting that because you are not follow my instructions. So that's why some of the reports there, this I stated there did not submit because I cannot see your proposals. So that's the reason why I state there. But it's not all of you, some of you. I don't know whether you clearly understand the instruction or not, whether you are in my class or you are in my class but you tak faham apa saya cakap. But 90% of you guys do follow the instruction, no problems. Okay, so I think if your supervisors said they want to change the title, okay, start writing your chapter 1 straight away. Discuss with the supervisor. Don't write the proposal anymore. If you write the proposal and then until week 8, week 9, you still correcting the proposal when you want to write your chapter 1. Okay, so start straight away writing your new title in the chapter 1 in your report lah. Don't write proposal yet. Jangan write proposal lagi. Kalau tidak, nanti it's non-stop. So, if the title be rejected by the supervisors, discuss with them, write straight away your chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. Okay, is it clear? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, I plan to do a APA class next week. APA class next week. But I don't know whether I'm gonna do online or I'm gonna do physicals. Anything, I'll update you guys next week. Boleh?
Boleh, sir.
Because I plan to do physical at the LT next week, but 9 to 12, if I'm not mistaken, we have meetings, faculty meeting there. So definitely I cannot use the room there. I tried to contact Madam Adna. She's the librarians. If the LT in the library is available, then we will do physical in the library next week. But if not available, either we do it online or we do it after the next semester's break. Okay, so I think I covered until chapter 4. So I'll still have two chapter to cover with you. APA class and this chapter 5 design. So APA class we will conduct by Madam Adna, and chapter 5 I will invite Dr. Razia to give some info about chapter 5. Okay, so roughly maybe weeks 8 and 9 you already finish all the chapter. You can start writing all the your chapters. Right. Boleh tak?
Boleh.
Boleh, sir.
Nah, is it too fast? Cepat sangat ke? Okay, if
Tak, sir.
we finish the chapter right week 8 or week 9, we still have class because I nak tengok you guys punya progress in the class. Alright. So please meet your supervisors, discuss with them. Again, I remind you, if your title been rejected, discuss with them the title, and then start away writing chapter 1. Okay, when you want to write your chapter 1, please follow the user guideline in the e-learning. I think I already upload the user guideline and the FIP guidelines. One is for the formats, another one is for the content. There are two guidelines there. So please read and please set up your page accordingly through the FYP guidelines. Okay. Last semesters, if I'm not mistaken, semester 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, I already did class with I I invite Madam Rahayu to do the setting for your formatting for your papers. I will check because Madam Rahayu, she already give the one that already she already set the paper following the setting for the FYP guidelines. I will check the file if the file suppose the file have in the last semesters, previous semesters. Then I will upload again in your student learning portal. Okay, alright, boleh tak? I thought I will check. Yeah, I'm not mistaken whether they have or not inside your student portals. Okay, tak ada. Nanti tak apa. Nanti saya cari, saya masukkan balik. So Madam Rahayu dia dah buat dah siap-siap. Kalau masa semester 1, I invite Madam Rahayu to do some class online. She show the student how to do the format for the FYP papers. Oh, if you want, I can ask Madam Rahayu to do the same class with you guys later after mid semester break. Okay. Boleh
Boleh, sir.
Alright. Any questions so far? Any questions?
Sir, I want to ask.
Okay.
For the report, are we given template for that, or we need to do ourselves?
Okay, basically you have to do yourself, basically, because we already give the guidelines how to set up your page. So do you read in the student portals? In the portal, I already upload the 2 guidelines. One is the format guidelines, and another one is the FYP guidelines. Okay, but during the semester 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, I already invite Madam Rahayu to do class about setting your FYP report formattings. So if I think she already sent me the page that already formatted. I will try to find the file that already formatted. If I found it, I upload in your student portal. Okay. If not, if Madam Rahayu free, I will invite her to do the class again this semester if she available. Okay, boleh? Hello.